It feels like AI is evolving at warp speed.
Right.
You guys wanted the inside scoop on what's going on in the AI world?
It's been crazy.
Especially with DeepSeek.
Yeah, DeepSeek.
They kind of like just came in and...
They came in strong.
They did. They came in strong.
Like a wrecking ball.
NVIDIA's stock plummeting. OpenAI making some seriously strategic plays. It's wild.
It is.
You even sent us this article in Korean.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
Talk about being ahead of the curve.
For sure.
Don't worry, though. We've got a translation, and we're going to break it all down.
Yeah, we're going to break down the whole thing for you.
But this isn't just a typical, tech rivalry.
It's more than that.
Playing out here.
This is something different.
Yeah.
This is going to change the game.
Let's unpack this.
Okay.
DeepSeek launches February 21st.
Okay.
Bam. NVIDIA's stock takes a nosedive on the 27th.
Big time.
What does that tell us about their impact right out of the gate?
Well, it's interesting because they didn't really come in with revolutionary, never-before-seen technology.
Right.
They basically took existing AI capabilities and packaged them in a way that was just incredibly user-friendly.
Okay.
It's kind of like...
So it's not the tech, it's how people can use it.
Exactly.
Like bringing AI to the masses.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really, really interesting.
Okay.
While DeepSeek was making all these headlines, they might have accidentally thrown a giant spotlight on OpenAI, their biggest competitor.
Hold on. So their competitor comes in, making waves, and OpenAI benefits.
Right.
How does that work?
I mean, the numbers don't lie.
Okay.
OpenAI's user base exploded from 350 million to over 400 million in just a few weeks after DeepSeek's launch.
Wow,
It's like DeepSeek launched a free PR campaign for OpenAI.
that's a serious plot twist.
It is.
So DeepSeek generates all this hype around AI, and then what?
Well, they ran into some security issues.
Okay.
And their infrastructure wasn't quite ready for prime time. And meanwhile, OpenAI was right there.
They were ready.
Perfectly positioned to capitalize on all this excitement that DeepSeek had created.
And capitalize they did.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't just about riding the wave of publicity.
Right.
They made some pretty significant moves after DeepSeek's launch.
Absolutely.
Let's start with that tweet from Sam Altman.
OpenAI's CEO.
OpenAI's CEO. Remember when he called DeepSeek an impressive competitor?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, was he really that unconcerned, or was that like calculated PR?
It's hard to say what was going on in Altman's head,
Right.
but one thing's certain, their actions spoke volumes.
They didn't just sit back and watch DeepSeek steal the show.
No, they did not.
They went full speed ahead.
They sure did.
Like DeepSeek lit a fire under them.
Okay, it's like they poke at the bear.
To make sure everybody's following along, here's the timeline.
Okay, lay it on us.
DeepSeek R1 launches February 21st.
Right.
That's when things really started heating up.
The AI world was buzzing.
And then, just a few days later, OpenAI does something unexpected. They make O3 Mini free for everyone.
O3 Mini.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, O3 Mini is like a smaller version of
O3.
their powerful language model, O3.
Right.
And this was a huge deal.
It was a big deal.
Because up until this point, they had kept their most advanced models and features behind a paywall.
Right.
So this move toward free access, it's a clear signal that they're changing their approach.
And it seems like a direct response to DeepSeek.
Right, and that was just the beginning.
Oh, yeah, there's more.
February 6th, they make ChatGPT search free.
Wow.
Now, this is important because it lets people use ChatGPT to search the internet.
Right, which you had to pay for before.
You had to pay for it before.
Mm-hmm.
Then, boom, February 13th, major announcement drops.
Yeah.
GPT-5.
Their next big language model.
Integrates O3 with all features totally free for everyone.
Free for everyone.
Talk about doubling down on accessibility.
Absolutely.
And to really drive the point home, they hint at developing what are called on-device models.
On-device models.
Basically, this means that the AI runs directly on your device, your phone, your computer.
Instead of the cloud?
Rather than in the cloud.
Yeah.
Which could potentially offer even greater privacy and accessibility.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and they also made their advanced voice mode, or AVM, free for all users on the 26th.
Oh, wow.
That's huge.
That's big.
This allows you to talk to the AI instead of typing.
Right.
So it's like another big step towards making AI more user-friendly.
Totally.
So it's free all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But there has to be a reason, right?
Right.
It's almost like they're on this mission to make AI as accessible as possible, as quickly as possible.
It seems that way.
What's the strategy behind it all? Is OpenAI trying to lock in users before DeepSeek can recover from their early stumbles?
Yeah.
And is this flood of free access sustainable for OpenAI in the long run?
Those are the million-dollar questions.
Yeah.
OpenAI is making some bold moves. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah. Feels like we're watching a high-stakes poker game, doesn't it?
Yeah, kinda.
OpenAI playing it cool, making these big moves toward free access.
Mm-hmm.
DeepSeek laying low after their rocky start.
Yeah.
What are they holding back?
Right. What's their next move going to be?
It's definitely a game of strategy.
For sure.
But this isn't just about which company comes out on top.
No, it's bigger than that.
We're talking about the future of how we work, learn, communicate.
Absolutely.
Practically every aspect of our lives.
It's going to touch everything.
Yeah. AI is already changing so much.
And we're just getting started.
And we're just at the beginning.
Yeah. It's crazy to think about
It's crazy.
what the future holds.
It is. So we talked about OpenAI's push toward accessibility.
Right. Making it free for everyone.
But what about DeepSeek?
Yeah. What's their game plan?
What's their game plan?
Well, it's still early,
Yeah.
but we can learn a lot from their initial launch.
Okay.
Remember, their focus was on user experience, making their AI tools incredibly easy to use.
Right.
They wanted to remove that barrier to entry so anyone, no matter their technical background, could use AI.
Right. Like opening the doors to this exclusive club.
Exactly.
Saying, come on in, everybody's welcome.
Everyone's welcome to the AI party.
Which is a smart move considering how many people are interested in AI, but maybe feel a little intimidated.
Right. It can be a little scary.
By the technical side of it.
Totally.
So they're banking on the idea that making AI accessible to everyone is going to create this huge, loyal user base.
Exactly.
Classic land and expand strategy.
That's it.
Get people using the basic free stuff, then gradually introduce more advanced features that you can charge for.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. But to pull that off,
Yeah.
that initial experience has to be amazing.
It has to be.
It has to hook people.
Right.
And unfortunately for DeepSeek,
Yeah.
those security issues really hurt them.
Big time.
It's hard to convince people to trust you with their data when there are these concerns about it being compromised.
Nobody wants their data leaked.
And OpenAI was very quick to play up their strengths in this area.
Right. They were like, hey, we're the safe option.
They positioned themselves as the more reliable, secure option.
Yeah, the trustworthy choice.
It's like they were saying, we might not be the most exciting, but we're the steady choice.
You can count on us.
Yeah. And when you're dealing with powerful tech like AI,
Right.
that can be a big selling point.
For sure.
It's like the tortoise and the hare, almost.
I like that analogy.
DeepSeek rushed out of the gate, stumbled,
Yeah, they tripped a little bit.
and now OpenAI, the tortoise, is steadily gaining ground.
Slow and steady wins the race.
But I wouldn't count DeepSeek out just yet.
Oh, no, I wouldn't either.
They've gone quiet.
Yeah, they're laying low.
But I bet they're working hard behind the scenes to fix those issues and come back stronger.
They've got to be.
They've got to be.
They're not going to just give up.
They have a lot of potential.
They do.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they have a few tricks up their sleeve.
I bet they do.
The question is,
Yeah.
can they regain that trust that they lost?
That's the big question.
And can they offer something truly unique that OpenAI doesn't?
Right, because right now, OpenAI is setting the pace.
They're leading the charge, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
But think about this. A while back, we had that article you sent,
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
featured a quote from Lena Khan.
Former chair of the FTC.
She said that competition is the engine of innovation.
I love that quote.
And that's exactly what we're seeing play out here, wouldn't you say?
100%.
DeepSeek's arrival, even with its early hiccups, has pushed OpenAI to step up their game.
For sure.
Without that competition, who knows if we'd be seeing all these amazing AI tools being offered for free?
Right.
You, as a user, are directly benefiting from this rivalry.
Absolutely.
Think about it. You have access to some incredible AI tools right now, and you're not paying a dime.
That's amazing.
Would that be the case if DeepSeek hadn't entered the picture and shaken things up?
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say, but I think it's a valid point.
It is.
Competition often leads to better outcomes for everyone involved.
I think so.
It's like the saying, a rising tide lifts all boats.
I like that.
And in this case, the rising tide of AI competition is lifting the boats of users like yourself.
You're riding the wave.
You're riding the wave. And you know what else is interesting? This whole situation has sparked a broader conversation
Oh, yeah, for sure.
about the future of AI.
A lot of people are talking about it now.
This isn't just about two companies battling it out.
Right.
It's about the impact AI will have on society as a whole.
Absolutely.
We're talking about things like, how do we ensure AI is used ethically?
Right.
Who gets to control this powerful technology?
Yeah, who's in charge here?
What are the potential downsides we need to be aware of?
Lots of questions to consider.
It's a lot to think about.
It is.
And it's only going to get more complex as AI continues to evolve.
That's for sure.
So in our final part, we'll delve into some of these bigger questions and explore what the future might hold.
Sounds good.
We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. DeepSeek's launch really shook things up. OpenAI responded with some bold moves, and ultimately you, the listener, you're benefiting from this whole AI rivalry with all this free access to some amazing tools. But here's the big question. Where do we go from here?
Right. What's the next chapter in this AI saga?
It feels like we're at a turning point in the evolution of AI.
Yeah, for years, this tech was mostly confined to labs and big tech companies.
Right.
But now, thanks to players like DeepSeek and OpenAI, it's becoming accessible to everyday people.
It does feel like the Wild West out there with all these new possibilities opening up.
Yeah, it's exciting.
But like any frontier, there's a lot of uncharted territory.
Definitely.
Are there risks we should be thinking about as AI becomes more widespread?
For sure. I mean, one of the biggest questions we need to grapple with is who gets to control this technology. Right now, we're seeing a lot of power concentrated in the hands of a few large companies.
And we've seen how that can play out in other industries.
Right.
Too much power in the hands of a few can stifle innovation, limit consumer choices, and even put people's privacy at risk.
Absolutely. It's a valid concern.
So it's critical that we have this conversation about how to ensure AI development benefits everyone, not just a select few.
100%.
We need to explore things like ethical guidelines, data privacy regulations, and maybe even alternative models for AI development that don't rely solely on corporate control.
Right. We need to think outside the box.
You said earlier this is like a high-stakes poker game.
Yeah.
But this is starting to feel more like a gold rush.
It is a gold rush.
Everyone's racing to stake their claim in this new AI frontier.
And just like in the gold rush, there's potential for both incredible opportunity and reckless exploitation.
Right.
We need to be cautious that this rush for AI riches doesn't come at the expense of our values and our long-term well-being.
So what can we do as individuals, as a society? How do we ensure that AI is used for good and not for harm?
I think the first step is to stay informed, read articles, listen to podcasts like this one, and engage in conversations about the implications of AI. The more we understand this technology, the better equipped we'll be to shape its future.
That's what we're all about here at the Deep Dive.
That's right.
We want to arm you with the knowledge you need to navigate this new landscape. But it's not just about staying informed, is it?
No, it's not enough to just sit back and watch.
We need to be active participants in shaping the future of AI.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid to speak up. Share your concerns with your elected officials, support organizations that are promoting responsible AI development, and advocate for policies that prioritize ethical considerations.
And something we can all do right now is to think critically about how we're using AI in our own lives.
That's a good point.
Are we using it in ways that align with our values?
Right. Are we being mindful of the potential impact?
Are we aware of the potential biases that might be baked into these algorithms?
Yeah, those biases can be sneaky.
Are we taking steps to protect our privacy?
It's all about being proactive.
Because the choices we make as individuals, they can have a ripple effect, influencing the broader development and adoption of AI.
I agree. Every little action matters.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, let me leave you with this. The future of AI isn't some predetermined path.
Right. It's not set in stone.
It's being written right now.
And we're all contributing to the story.
And we all have a role to play in shaping that story. The decisions made by companies like OpenAI and DeepSeek are important.
Yeah, they have a big influence.
But so are the choices we make as individuals.
We have power, too.
That's a great point. The future of AI is in our hands. And by staying informed, engaged, and thoughtful, we can help ensure it's a future we can all be excited about. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those deep dive requests coming.
We love hearing from you.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the most fascinating topics shaping our world. Until then, happy diving.
Happy diving, everyone.